Hey guys, Arnav here. Welcome back to another video. It's been a long time since I've made one. So, welcome back to the channel. And while I was gone, I got my hands on the Google Home Mini. And recently it was made available in India as well. So, is it worth buying in India? Let's answer that question in today's video. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so I assess a speaker on the basis of three main factors: build quality, audio quality, and smartness of the speaker, of course. Now, talking about the build quality, I think that Google's done a really good job here. They have the Google Home Mini available in three colors: chalk, charcoal, and coral, which is white, black, and orange respectively. And the fabric top on the white and orange versions may get dirty quite easily, but it looks really amazing. So it is quite better than the plastic top on the Amazon Echo Dot. So if you're looking for something with good build quality, you should definitely go for the speaker. Now, talking about the actual hardware buttons of the speaker, I can mute the speaker, I can change the volume, I can play or pause songs, as well as hard reset it through this hardware present on it, which is quite adequate. The Amazon Echo has a button to turn on Alexa, but that was also present on the Google Home Mini, and it got disabled by Google for some reason. The Google Home Mini also has a silicon pad on the bottom, which is quite vibrant in color, and make sure that the speaker does not slip from the surface which is kept on, if even if it's slanting. And it gets quite dirty easily again, but nobody's going to turn over the speaker to look at the bottom. So in conclusion, the build quality on the speaker is very good. I think if you're looking for something which looks quite premium and fits in like in any corner of your house, you should definitely go for this one. Okay, so now let's come to audio quality. The Google Home Mini has a 40mm single driver with what Google calls 360 sound. What it enables it to do is to make sure that all the sound surrounds the whole room. And I can't say that it is as good as something like the HomePod, which does claim to do the same thing, but it is quite good for its price. And I do hear some distortion at high audio levels like 100% or 95%, but most of this is eliminated between 80 to 90% volume levels, and most people won't use it at those volume levels because even though it has a small driver, it gets considerably loud. Talking about the microphone on this, it has far field recognition technology. It enables the Google Home Mini to pick up voices from far away, and it works really good. It works even better than the Amazon Echo Dot or Alexa, and it has quite an accurate recognition of what you're saying, even if you have an Indian accent like me. And even if I go and like say the Google trigger word, which I'm not going to say right now, at a loud voice, it gets triggered. So it works really good. And even if you have a big room, you won't have to scream from one corner to make it to trigger the Google Home Mini. So that is quite a good thing. Okay, so now let's talk about the major qualifying factor which will attract most customers towards this speaker, which is the smartness of the speaker. Now, the Google Home Mini has the Google Assistant built in, which can be triggered by saying "Hey G" or "Okay G," where G stands for Google, so that I don't trigger yours. And the Google Assistant built in is very convenient. Let's say I'm sitting on my bed and I'm studying English. Now I want the meaning of some word. Now, instead of picking up my phone, I can directly ask the Google Home Mini the spelling, pronunciation, the meaning, synonyms, antonyms and a lot of things about that word, even the origins. The Google Home Mini can answer it all. And this is not something about being lazy. Even if I pick up my phone, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'll have to open up the apps, and it is actually time consuming. So the Google Home Mini makes your life, everyday life, quite more convenient. Now it can also be linked to multiple Google accounts. This means that you can use the voice recognition feature built into the microphone in order to use personalized commands for different accounts linked to it. So let's say one of my family members likes to hear a different type of news, so they can set their news preferences in their own account's Google Home app, and when they ask for the news from the Google Home Mini using their voice, which they of course will, the Google Home Mini will give them the news from only their preferred sources, which is like really nice, because that's something which defines how smart the speaker is. This is definitely a really great feature, and it allows like people to recognize the full potential of this device. Let's talk about music, because that's one of the major things people will use this speaker for. And it supports Saavn, Gaana, and Google Play Music in India. You can use your free Saavn and Gaana accounts in order to play music. You can directly tell the speaker to play that music, and it will do so without involving your phone in it, even though you can change the volume, pause the song, and do other stuff using your phone. Now, if you are using a service which does not support the Google Home Mini through voice commands such as SoundCloud, you'll have to go into the app and press the cast button in order to link your Google Home Mini. And in cases of apps like the Google Play Music app, you'll need to have a subscription. In case you don't have a subscription, you'll have to manually cast the music onto the Google Home Mini. But it isn't much of a pain, and even after you've casted the music, you can play, pause, turn up or down the volume, or even go to the next song in the playlist through your voice command. So it's nothing of a major obstacle. You just have to play a song, and even if you're not willing to do so, you can use the free services. I am not sure whether Spotify support will come to it. There have been rumors that Spotify is coming to India, so let's just hope it does, because I really love Spotify and many people will switch to it once it comes. So I hope Google supports it. Let's talk about one of the major shortcomings of this device now, which is the support for third-party devices. Now, I'm not saying that the Google Home Mini suffers only due to its own shortcomings. It's mainly because of the availability of other smart home devices in India. You only have one LED bulb available in India known as the Philips Hue, which supports Google Home, and this means that people don't have a lot of choices. Even other devices have not made their way into India's market, and I hope with the Google Home Mini, Google enters into joint ventures or takes the initiative for companies to enter India and see it as a prospective huge market for IoT enabled devices. Myself included would be very like enthusiastic about companies coming to India, as I won't have to import them from places like China through GearBest or through relatives from the US, or even pay any custom duties or any extra prices. So I hope some companies bring smart devices which are Google Home supported through joint ventures with Google or themselves into India at affordable prices. Now, even after this, Google Home does support over 100 actual services, but they are mostly available in the US. So yeah, fingers crossed for that one. Hopefully that does enter India. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention about the music on the speaker, it does still support a Bluetooth, so it can function as a normal Bluetooth speaker. You can just tell it to turn on Bluetooth, and then it will tell you to pair your device through the Bluetooth settings. So it is really good and it works quite satisfactorily. I don't see any lag anywhere. So if you have a YouTube video which you want to play but you want to use the Google Home Mini as a speaker, then you can still do that, but you won't get to command the Google Home Mini to do so, because that's supported through Bluetooth, not Wi-Fi. Okay, so one last thing I'd like to address before ending the video is the pairing process. Now, I had a lot of problems with this. I had to look through many possible problems, and it turns out that the Google Home Mini is incompatible with some non 5.8 gigahertz enabled routers and some 5.8 gigahertz routers as well, mostly the ones in India because they are quite low quality, and the Google Home Mini also takes up a lot of your bandwidth, so that you might need to keep that in mind while buying it. I hope Google addresses these issues and makes sure that the Google Home Mini is compatible with most homes in India. But it took me over 3 hours, and one of the major problems you'll mostly face is the access point being disabled. You'll just need to contact a person from your ISP to fix this issue, and they will quite satisfactorily do so, and it will work. So if you have any of these issues, then you do need to take the steps which I've mentioned, and I hope Google also makes some clear guidelines for people to take in order to make sure that these issues don't occur. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.